Well, time to start. Let's go, Dom. Three, two, one, action. Or we're live. I don't know. Hi, everyone. Sorry, the lighting's acting crazy. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another one of my lives this week. As you can tell, this week is basically just to talk about like how my week was this week. Same thing like I said last week. Um, so hold on, I'm just trying to adjust this stand right. My tripod is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. Hold on. There we go. It should be a little better. Please forgive my hair because it is not currently my biggest fan at the moment. Okay, so let's just talk about like how my week went. So this week for me has been pretty chill, I'll have to say the least. Um, but there was a lot of things that went on. So one of the things that basically went on was that worked. I went back to my regular work schedule, which thank God because I, as you can tell by my face, I am always beyond tired. I do not know like when exactly I get good sleep, which is also another thing to talk about. I Last night I just kept on waking up at like weird periods throughout the night, which I don't know if anyone else here, um, if they have the same thing as me, which is just like, you're waking up at some weird hours of the night. I kept on waking up like around 11, then again around 2, and then again around 3 and an hour and a half before I had to wake up for work last night, which was not pretty. Was not pretty, as you can tell by my face, because I am beyond tired. I don't really know when I got good sleep. Hi, Pretty. Hi, Pretty. Pretty. Fred. Hi, how you doing? Hi there, Angelica. Hi, Mystic. What's wrong? Um, I'm just tired. I'm just tired. Yeah, I'm tired. I've been up since 4:30 a.m. because that's what I do for a job. My job involves me waking up at 4 o'clock or 4:30 a.m. in the morning. Let that sit. Anyways, yeah. So this week I was able to go back on like my regular work schedule, which thank God. Um, yeah, that's no fun. Yeah, it's not. Why not just take a nap? I do take a nap actually. I do actually take a nap. Like right after I come home from work. Then I basically just change out of my work clothes and then I put on these clothes and then I take like a 1 hour nap because I have other things I gotta do throughout the day. Yeah, I do need rest. What do you do? I work at a hotel. I work at a hotel and specifically I'm a chef. I'm a cook, I'm a chef. I do breakfast. I cook a lot of breakfast. I don't know what specifically you like that as breakfast, but we do stuff like omelets, biscuits, gravy, scrambled eggs, potatoes, pancakes, you name it. Any type of breakfast dish you can think of, that's what I cook at my job. It's very interesting to say the least because, yeah. I think I've said this, like, before in, like, another live, how I never really thought that I would end up in a job involving me being a chef. You must be a good cook. Uh, I wanna say yes, but also no. Okay, let me just explain. Okay, let me explain. So, okay, obviously, as we all know, we all can cook, right? There are certain dishes, a person can't really cook. Me, I burn bacon. I burn bacon. I am sorry, okay? I burn bacon. And because where I work at, we have a schedule of which foods we are serving that day. The one day a week I dread the most cooking is Tuesday because Tuesdays are when I cook bacon and I just burn that. I burn bacon. It's my weakness. It's my weakness when I cook. I can't cook bacon. I can cook stuff like I can cook eggs, I can cook pancakes, I can cook waffles, I can cook like any other breakfast out there, but bacon I can't cook. I always burn. And I don't know how to explain it, but I don't know how like to like get the perfect bacon. You know what I mean? I mean, because half the time, I'm assuming I'm getting it right, you know? Like, I'm cooking the bacon, right? Like, I have the raw bacon just sitting on the pan, sizzling, sizzling, and I'm on a time crunch, so I have to make sure that I'm serving as much food as I can. But when you're being rushed to cook something, it is I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like if I wasn't rushed to make food, then I guess it would be easier for me not to burn anything, but I always do. And I actually had an incident where I'd actually burned bacon so much, by the way, so much that I accidentally set off the fire alarms where I work at. Which is true, by the way. So this happened like last year, months ago. It was a typical Monday. I call it like Monday Madness or like Monday something, when I don't know how to explain it, but basically it's when like, a Monday basically like just takes over you. And I'm very sorry about this lighting. The sun keeps going in and out. So what happened was this is what happened. So I was just doing my job, but I'm guessing from the morning I woke up, it was not gonna be pretty. So I woke up, I went into the bathroom to get ready for work, and I'm a slow person in the morning, so I got up and I started to shave, and basically I had cut the bottom of my chin with a razor that I was shaving myself with. So yeah. So I went to work with a cut, and I thought this day couldn't get any worse. Then I was almost late for work because there was traffic. Yay! Let's all give a really big round of applause to traffic. Which hold on, this actually even gets more confusing. Like how does traffic happen at like 5 o'clock in the morning? Is this a 5 a.m. rush hour I'm not aware of? I'm just asking. And then on that same day, I was cooking food, and right in the middle of my shift, I was cooking bacon, and as I was just about to, well, take them out of the pan or lift the lid, uh, apparently so much smoke came out that it set off the fire alarms. And just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, I had to explain what had happened to my manager who was working there at the time. Well, one of my managers, and they said, "Okay." So they went to the break room to like, because that's where like all the alarm system stuff is that, quite frankly, I can't understand still. But yeah, so they went and did that. They took care of the alarm system, And just when I thought my luck couldn't get any worse that Monday, the frickin' fire department showed up, and I had to, yes, you heard that right. The fire department showed up because they thought there was an actual fire, but really, I had burnt food. I had burnt bacon specifically, and the frickin' fire department showed up. And I have never felt more embarrassed in my life. In my life. Yeah, and to this day, I mean, I still do cook bacon, but I try to make sure I don't burn it. And I don't know why, but I get, like, so much anxiety because I think it's because that was, like, the first time I'd ever had the fire department showed up because of me, specifically, and it was over burnt food, which, trust me, is not a good thing. It's not a good feeling, I wanna say. It's not a good feeling. Because I don't know why, but you get that feeling of like, you're just so embarrassed. And this is specifically when you burn food and set off your fire alarm. Like, it's because like I was you just feel so embarrassed in that moment and you feel guilty because you took time out of some very important people's day, and they showed up realizing there's like no fire, no crime, no nothing. And basically you're just like, may the ground swallow me whole, and I do not go back outside or walk through that door and see them again. Like, it was that type of moment for me. Well, of course, an incident like that hasn't happened again since, but, it's so ridiculous having something like that happen. Well, thank you so much, Halo? Julia? Hopefully I'm saying your name right. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. But yeah, so anyways, hadn't had an incident like that since, specifically with me. We did have another incident a few weeks ago at my job. At my job, basically where one of the guests who were staying with us was making toast. Now we have these 2 toasters, right? We have 2 toasters, and the lowest setting is 1, of course, but the highest setting is 6, and I guess this guest had, like, the highest setting set at 6 because next thing I know, I started smelling something that smells like burnt toast, and when that happened and the lady got her toast out, all of a sudden she set off the fire alarm, which caused everyone in the hotel to basically evacuate because no one knew what exactly had happened. And I think the woman felt embarrassed. She felt sorry because she had caused everyone to wake up. By the way, this was a Monday morning. This was another Monday morning. But instead of me causing the fire department to show up, it was a guest. Yeah, it was not pretty. It wasn't. Well, hey, I did explain though to the lady that, it's okay. You don't need to feel guilty, you don't need to feel embarrassed. This happens once in a blue moon, so yeah. Yeah, that is crazy. And actually on that day, I had to call my manager who wasn't coming in yet at the time and just talk about like how, what had happened, how the alarm won't go off and I need help like, figuring this out because literally the only two people that were there, two people. We haven't had housekeeping yet. We haven't had anyone else showed up yet. It was just me and one of my coworkers that was working at the front desk. So literally it was just us two and we had no idea how to handle the alarm system. So I called my manager. My manager told me to walk to the alarm system, figure this out, do this and that. And while that was going on, my other coworker was trying to handle the guests and tell them that everything was fine. And eventually, I did get the alarm to shut off, but I also had to tell the guests, "Hey, sorry, it's okay, the alarm system's turned off, everything's sort of back to normal, we just need to get the fire department to look at the alarm system, but you can go back inside and just cool off, relax, get out of this heat." And the reason why I say heat is because where I live at lately, it's been getting really hot. I mean, just today it is passing 90 degrees. I wish I was joking. It is 90 degrees and it is such a pain, to say the least. I mean, I've been in weather where, like, it was, like, over 100, no joke. Where it was, like, 100 degrees, and even our power went out, and it was not pretty. Just gotta say it, it was not pretty. But, yeah, but that was a few weeks ago. Yeah, and it's still 90 degrees here because it is summer, and just today when I was at work, we were crazy busy because to those who don't know, if you work in hospitality, basically, there are certain periods throughout the year that can be very busy or half the time not busy. And one of the today was one of those busy days, and it's gonna continue because it's summertime, everybody. It's summer here, which means we're only gonna be getting, like, this massive heat wave hitting us up until, like, I don't know, October. The reason why I say October is because where I live at in the US, because yes, I live in the US, um, the weather just doesn't make sense, specifically where I'm at. Even when it rains, like next week, we're supposed to be getting like all this rain, but at the same time, we're being told that we're not getting any rain. Or it may say that it's raining one day, and then the next day, when it says it's going to rain, there's going to be no rain. Just the weather here. But yeah. Well, either way, I would also like to know how your guys' day or night is going, because mine is just going swell. Um, I just found out that I'm also gonna be working next weekend, which of course is normal. And to those who wonder what this is just straight up water. It's just water. I've been needing to stay hydrated. Yeah, which is actually a good thing that I'm drinking a lot of water. It's mostly because like it's so hot here that and I think that in a lot of places that get too hot, you need to drink water. But also it's really sad because there are places out there that, that are very hot that don't have water and need to, like, travel just to get some water, which I have very big sympathy for because everyone needs to stay hydrated, everyone needs a shelter to stay under in storms, everyone needs to be safe or feel safe from all the bad stuff. I just hope one day it happens and, everyone has peace. I mean, I can just say it, but but there's a difference between saying it and actually doing it. Same way there's a difference between dreaming it and actually doing it. If you're dreaming it and saying it, you're just coming up with something that you don't know you're actually going to do excuse me, you don't know what you're actually going to do. But when you do it, when you do something, whether that's like, you want to go on a hike or you want to go get some water from the river to hopefully bring back to your families, or if you want to go and buy groceries, or if you want to get your license to drive around, or if you want to do this or that so you can get around, then I say go for it. Rather than dream it, do it. And sorry that was so aggressive. Also, hold on. I got I got one more thing to show you guys before I get off this live, because I am gonna be getting off this live soon, but I do wanna show you guys something. Ugh. I pray to God nobody had seen my backside, but if you did, I am very sorry. And YouTube, please don't censor this video. This live stream. Okay. So recently, a few weeks ago, I was going through my closet and I came across this. Now, to those who don't know, it's a ball, obviously. And hi there, Adinath, Adinath. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. Hi, how you doing? Okay, so this is a ball, right? But there's also a fan in here, if you can't tell. And actually, hold on. There's a little button right here that if you push it, see? Oh, to anyone that's sensitive to light, I'm sorry. But there's also another thing it does. So hold on. If you like tap it hard enough, it's supposed to like blow air out of it. Hold on, let me show you. Come on. Where does that? Hey, watermelon weather. How are you doing today? Sorry, I'm trying to get this to turn on. How do you turn this on? Well, I don't know how to do it, but apparently you can blow in this, and there's like a little fan here. Hmm. I am from India. Hi there. Hi, it's so cool. Yeah, that's actually, hold on, that's actually very interesting to say because every time I go live on YouTube, I'm always talking to someone new, either from India or Pakistan. Do you know where it is? I don't know for sure, but I do have a globe. I do have a globe somewhere in my closet. But right now, I'm trying to turn on this fan because it will not turn on. Ew, my teeth are yellow. I need to brush better. But yeah, I don't know where Kerala. Oh, hello. It's a ball that's also a fan. It also has lights. Yeah, it's I need to bring this to like the beach with me or something. There. Wow, look at my hair. It is a mess. Well, it was a mess before. Yeah. So this is a little it's called a wonder spear. It's called a wonder spear. And basically what it is that it's a ball that also lights up and it's also a fan. I can still feel the cold air on it. I don't know if that's normal, but yeah. So this I got as a gift. I got this as a gift. But it's from the TikTok shop. I don't know if anyone is familiar with TikTok shop. Where you from, bro? I am from the US. I am from the East Coast in the USA. But anyways, yeah. So this I got as a gift. It's from the TikTok shop. Like I said, it's called a Wonder Spear. So if you're ever curious, what it does basically that it lights up. It lights up if you were here during the live, or I don't know if you can like turn down the live a little bit. I think you can. I think you can. I don't know. But let's just say that this is yeah, if you're like in a place that's a little hot and you're not in the mood to turn on AC. Yeah. Watch any anime? I don't know specifically like cuz anime can mean a lot of different things. I watched little I started watching this one season show. Yes, one season, and I'm very disappointed it doesn't have like a second, third, or fourth. It's called Little Demon, and basically it's an animation show that I watched. Like I said, it's just one season, so you can like binge watch it in like a few hours through a few hours throughout the day, and well, basically you completed the whole series, I guess. But basically, it's about this little girl who finds out that her father is the devil, and basically she is the devil's spawn and has to, well, basically, apparently she's brought into this world to fight alongside the devil, but at the same time, she's also trying to live out her life just as like a normal teenage 13-year-old girl. And her mom basically is a woman who tries to protect her daughter from all the demons that try to take her away from her. And yeah, and her mom's a witch also. I mean, I don't wanna spoil too much, but yeah, it's called Little Demon. You could watch it on, I think, like, Netflix or Hulu or really any streaming platforms that allows you to watch TV shows. Other animations I have watched before, I don't know if Bob's Burgers counts. I watch a lot of Bob's Burgers. Well, obviously, I mean, if you can tell by all my short videos on here that I post, it's mostly a lot of Bob's Burgers related content. Um, yeah, Bob's Burgers, I'm a fan of, which trust me, if you see my short videos, you would know. Like supernatural stuff, yes, Little Demon is a show that has, like, a lot of supernatural stuff, like spirits and dimensions. Yeah, so, yeah, if you wanna watch Little Demon, go and watch it, I recommend it. It's very interesting and heart-wrenching and really knows how to get into your emotions. Okay, um, it's very great, yeah. Anyways, yeah. So another, I think this will be like the third and final anime I'll say on here what I like. I think the last one that I've been watching recently, um, is called Chicago's Party Ant, but it's a two season show. It's a two-season animation show. Basically, Chicago Party Ant is just an animation show about a woman who's in like her mid 40s or whatever age she looks like she's in her mid 40s, like 45, 46. I please do not come after me about the age. But basically, she's a woman who was going through a divorce. She was basically living as if it's like she's still in her 20s. She works as a hairstylist, which is also a good thing. Um, being a hairstylist isn't a bad job. I have a family member that's actually a hairstylist, and she is wonderful at her job. She's wonderful. Um, yeah, and continuing Chicago Party Aunt, she's just a middle-aged woman who's just trying to like figure out like what exactly her goals in life are since now she's in like her midlife crisis era, I assume. I don't know. But while doing so, she's also trying to take care of her own personal family life. So, like in Chicago's Party Aunt, she has a son who works at an airport, but her son doesn't live with her anymore, and he lives in a house. And her ex-husband lives in her son's garage for some reason. I don't know. And in the last, and also in Chicago's Party Aunt, the aunt has a sister that lives in like a rich neighborhood with her husband and her nephew, and then I don't know, somewhere her nephew starts living with her. Go and watch the show. Go and watch the show. That's all I can say. Like I said, it's called Chicago Party Aunt. If you go and watch it, go and watch it. If you can understand it for me, then thank you. What's this? But I recommend to watch Dan the Dan. Okay, I'll definitely think about that. I'll definitely put that in like my notebook. Dan the Dan. Okay. Anyways, yeah. What's this? Hey, Fluffy Coco. So basically, we're just talking about like animation shows like I've watched, um, and shows that I haven't watched yet. Okay. So, yeah, as you can tell, I'm terrible at catching. Basically, when I was in high school, I sucked at any sport that involved a ball. So, like basketball, football, soccer, I sucked at those. I'm just gonna say it, okay? Not a lot of people are good at sports, and that's okay. That's my thing. Oh, yeah, Fluffy Coco. We were just talking about like animation shows, like what I've seen versus what I didn't see, but also, yeah, I'm gonna be ending the live here soon, but yeah. So yeah, that hopefully wraps up the question. Sorry, I need to get a drink real quick. Next time though. Well, hey, I go live every Tuesday and Saturday, so yeah. If you ever want to subscribe to my channel, go and subscribe. Dan to Dan. Okay. Okay, Adanath. I promise I'll watch it, okay? I'll promise I'll watch it. I'll remember. But anyways, I think yeah, this is it for today's live stream. Thank you all so much for joining me on my live today. Thank you all to everyone who has subscribed to my live today, or if you haven't subscribed yet, please go subscribe to my YouTube channel wherever the subscribe button is. Also, don't forget to click on the bell icon or the alarm button to be notified when I go live again. Like I said earlier, I go live every I go live every Tuesday and Saturday. So if any of you out there are bored on a Tuesday or a Saturday, and you just want to, watch one of my lives, I'm right here. I go live around 3 PM, okay? 3 PM Eastern time, 3 PM Eastern time here in the US. So, if anyone here wants to know specifically when I go live Tuesday and Saturday around 3 PM Eastern time here in the US. Yeah. And like I said, I go live every Tuesday and Saturday. I also post other content on here. I post random short videos. I post random short videos. So if anybody here wants to, watch them, yeah. I also post other things, like I post weird songs or I'm hoping to post a vlog one day. I'm actually going to be doing a poll where I'm gonna ask if people would rather whether they want me to like do a vlog or whether they want me to do a Q&A video just to get to know more of me. Yeah. Outside of being in this room with that window and me currently sitting on the floor. So yeah, I'm hoping one day to that I'm planning on making a little poll to like ask if would you guys like me to make a vlog or a Q&A video. Either way, yeah, that should be happening sometime soon, and I promise once it does, you all, I hope I don't disappoint you. But yeah, thank you all again so much for joining my live stream today. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification so you can be notified when I go live next week on Tuesday and also the same week, but on Saturday. Okay. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you all so much again for joining my live today. And I will see and talk to all of you beautiful people next week. Yeah, but also, and as always, oh wait, hold on. Right before I go, I want to say, Adonate, I hope you have a wonderful day tomorrow. I hope you pass your exam. I hope you do well. Remember, don't rush, take your time, and also remember to, yeah, just take your time, don't rush, okay? Yeah. Yeah, let's all wish Adonai some good luck on his exam tomorrow. And thank you, Fluffy Coco, for subscribing to my YouTube channel and for joining the live. And I hope to see you and everyone else who joined today next week on Tuesday and again on Saturday. Okay. Thank you all so much for joining my live. Thank you. Take care. Have a good day and or night. And as always, stay safe. Bye.